In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to use Rekordbox's lighting mode with the brand new Pioneer DJ DDJ-FLX10 controller. This is hands down the simplest way to get a really cool light show for your DJing without any extra messing around at all. You don't need anything more than one lead, some lighting. I'm using the Strobe gig bar move here because it's got a bit of everything on it, and a couple of little bits of setup that I'm about to show you. And once you've done that, the light show will run intelligently, knowing when you've got intros and outros and drops and breakdowns and verses and choruses. It will build a specific light show based around all the individual songs you're playing, and it will also coordinate any lights that you've got plugged in, so they're not just randomly doing their own thing, they're working together. And if you want to, you can take over the lights and do extra stuff with it as well, but only if you want to. So it's really cool, it's really easy to set up. There are a few little hoops to jump through those, so let's have a look at how that works now. We'll set up these lights I've got here, and I'll show you some of the stuff you can do when you're actually DJing. The first thing we're going to need to do is head into Rekordbox and go to the settings, and just make sure that in the extensions you've got on the lighting tab enable lighting function turned on, and while you're there turn on display lighting thumbnails on decks. I'll show you why in a minute. So now we can go from performance mode at the top into lighting mode, and this is just to set them up. We don't need to do anything else once we've done this in this mode. It's just for the initial setup. What we're looking at here is every single potential light we could have plugged in. They're all numbered. That's light number 1, light number 2, light number 3, light number 4, all the way up to light number 512. Now at the moment, this doesn't know anything about the lights that we've plugged in, and we've literally taken the lead from the back of here, plugged it into there, and turned those on. This doesn't know anything about that yet, so we need to tell it. So this is how you do it. You search for your lighting system here. Ours is from Strobe. Let's click enter. It's here, Strobe DJ, and ours is called the gig bar move. So I'm going to scroll down and find the gig bar move down here. Gig bar move, right. So looking at my instruction book for the gig bar move, I know that this here is the one that I need to set it to. Grab the instructions for your settings and press the buttons on the back, a couple of tiny little buttons on the back of the light, which will switch into one of the things that you see here. And gig bar move 35 channel is the right one for this. I'm going to drag this to the number 1 there. And that's saying the first light in these lights here is going to be on DMX channel 1, and the rest are going to fall in, as you can see on that screen there. And again, your instruction book will tell you how to tell that light that the first light in there is to be number 1, as I've just dragged in. You can see down here, I've got all the lights that are on that unit behind me listed. So we've got our pars, our derbies, our laser, strobe, our moving heads. They're all down here, and it tells me which numbers they've been assigned according to the preset here. And that's it. There's nothing else you need to do to set this up. It's that simple. So before your performance, that's it done. Now we need to go and DJ. So let's get a track playing and see how all of this works. Okay, so the lights waited for the track to be playing, and now they're on. They're doing something, which is cool. What they're doing is based around what you can see going on here. It's following this pre-programmed pattern here. Now, this is going to just play this pattern that you can see all the way through the track. You can see it's given me a nice variety of lights going on here, which is all cool. It's been decided by the software. I don't need to do anything else. However, if I'm starting to think I want to change these lights, I want to change what's going to happen at the next drop or the next breakdown or whatever, you can do that really easily. And you do that by right-clicking in the bit that you want to change. So let's say this bit here, I want to change this to, I don't know, that red color. Now it's going to go kind of more red when it hits that point there and give me that light show that I've just chosen rather than the one that was pre-programmed for me. So we're approaching it now. Let's just have a watch and a listen. And you saw that new look and feel light show kick in as I programmed. Now there's another thing we can do here as well, which is we can control the lights instantly. And there's a panel there that you might have spotted was there that lets you do this. By clicking the little light at the top, you open this panel here. Now this has got lots of settings. I'm just going to talk you through a few of them. It's currently set to auto, which is why it's following this here. However, we've got these two drop downs here that we can use to switch on and off the intensity of the lights or the general feel of the lights. So by clicking on this, it goes to high intensity. By clicking on this, it makes them go cool. These are the ones I want to show you though, because these are the most useful. This one here is to turn all the lights one color or another. Now you could never do this with sound to light because they're all working independently. But with your lights plugged together, all I've got to do is click that to blue. And when I press that button there, all the lights will go blue. Watch them, I'll click it. And you can see that the lights are now doing a blue show. It's not much of a blue show at the moment, but there is a blue show going on there. And so if you want to then turn that off again, you just click on the button again and they go back to whatever it was they were doing before. But there's other things here which I think are more useful. For instance, you can turn the strobe on, fast, slow, or somewhere in the middle, or just completely off with this button here. So at the moment we've got a strobe light playing away on here. These strobes in the middle, quite cool, but if you think it's a bit much and you just want to be able to turn them off when you've had enough of them, then you can do that. By clicking on this off button here, it's going to turn the strobes off. I'll go back to here so you can see, click, the strobes have stopped. I can even kill all the lights just by clicking that blackout button there. Click it, and the lights have gone off. Touch it again, and they're back on. And we're back to the automatic program. So you do have this extra control over the lights just on a little panel there if you want, but otherwise you can just leave them to do their own thing. And there's another thing as well I want to show you, because you can actually map the lights so that you don't need to use the mouse and click on the screen there. You can actually use your pads on your controller to do that. It's actually very simple to do. So you head up to the pad mode at the top, and then you choose one of the pad modes out of the 8 you've got for yourself. So this user one here, I will choose, and then I'll choose template lighting. So again, you just click on here and you choose one of the user modes as opposed to one of the preset modes, and then you choose what you want them to control here. So I'm going to control lighting. So now I've done that, it's given me all these lighting controls on my 16 pads. 16 pads? Well, yes, because by using this page button, you can go from 1 to 8 and from 9 to 16 here. So that's what that's for. So let's have a look. Go into the pad mode I just set, go down a page, and now I've got these pads here which correspond to these ones at the bottom here. Lighting red, lighting green, lighting blue, and lighting white. And you can change all these, by the way. Then we've got blackout and the fast, slow, and off strobe set here. If you want to change them, you just click there and you change to something else. So if I go to the pads here then, red, green, blue, pressing these will turn the lights red, green, and blue. And in fact, white is the fourth one. There we go, the lights are white. Now, I've got at the bottom of the pads here, as we saw on the mapping I just showed you on the screen, I've got the strobe ones here for fast strobe, medium strobe, and strobe off. And I've also got that blackout. So this is all on a pad mode. So now I can control my lights in the same way that I can control anything else about my DJing. So let's just talk about what we've got here. We've got lights plugged in, working together, configured. We've got pad modes so that we can control everything about them, or we can just leave them doing a really intelligent program. And it's all happening with just a single lead at the back of our DJ controller. Now there's a lot more you can do than just that. We really have just scratched the surface of Rekordbox lighting, of DMX, and of what you can potentially do with this system. Hopefully you've seen now though how to get started. I do want to show you just a little bit of what's possible though. So back in the lighting mode, at the top here, we have our macro mappings. Now this is where we can set from all these different presets how we want the various parts of our tracks when it does an auto mapping to go. So for instance, we've got little intro sections here, we've got our build-ups, we've got our choruses and breakdowns and outros and drops and so on. You can drag and drop different, I want it to be like that when it's at this part in a song, and I want it to be like that when it's at this part, and so on. And we've got all the different settings here for the general feel and so on, and different modes. So this is a great way of customizing the general lighting. And you can also go to what's called a macro editor here, which is so cool because in here we can take individual songs, load them and build a lighting show just for that song. We can even build whole scenes that are different depending upon the mood. So we can have different kinds of lighting set up for our weddings as opposed to our 16-year-old school raves where we definitely want the lasers all on and stuff. That's all in there, and it all takes a lot more than a short video like this to show you how it works. But I wanted you to see the power that's in the software as soon as you've started to get something easy set up as we've looked at here. So in this video, we've covered how to plug a light in with just one lead, how to configure your lights so that Rekordbox software knows what they are and so it can control them properly, and then how to just get DJing and have it all work. But further than that, I've shown you how to black them out, how to use the strobes, change the colors, and how to change the program ahead so that the lights do what you want a little bit down the line. I hope it's inspired you to have a play with it because we've been bowled over by how simple this has made lighting. It's something that I think a lot of DJs have been scared to have a go at, and hopefully now, if you have got a bit more confidence, you can go and grab yourself something like this, which is very, very simple, but it's got a lot of stuff in it that can then be controlled automatically for you by Rekordbox Lighting and the new DDJ-FLX10 with its lighting socket on the back. If you've enjoyed this, we are Digital DJ Tips. We're the world's leading online DJ school. We're the place to learn to DJ, but I don't want you to buy a course from us right now. I just want you to grab a copy of our book for free. The way to get our book for free is to go to digitaldjtips.com/join. Go to the website, click on the link, grab this. It's your gift from me for becoming our latest member. It's free to join Digital DJ Tips, and more importantly, we will let you have our weekly email, which is full of tutorials, mixes, features, reviews, and free stuff from the school. Not only from me and from Steve and the rest of the team here, but from our tutors, Jazzy Jeff, Layback Luke, James Hype, DJ Angelo, and many more. We are the #1 place to learn to DJ online. You'd be mad to DJ with any other school. So go sign up, let us get in touch, become part of the community, and then when you're ready, come grab a course from us. We'd love to see you. Until then, get good, get out there, make the moments. I'll see you very soon.